Present day. Present time.
All right. Hello, everyone. Coming at you again. It's the Randy Pitchfork, the Linux community, aka the DSP of the gaming community. To you guys, kidding. Well, sometimes. Okay. That's why I get into the Linux code. Well, not exactly code. I'll call it more facts. See, I'm doing it again. Fuck. Anyway, so today I want to talk about what was I even going to talk about? Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Pokemon and Digimon. Now, I want to let you guys know I'm a really big Pokemon fan. I've been playing since Yellow, and I've seen certain things that Nintendo wants to do. I don't want to put the whole blame on Game Freak because Game Freak wants to do more with the game, but Nintendo won't allow them because Nintendo pretty much wants to be kids friendly, family friendly. And there's certain directions with the whole Pokemon franchise that has taken over the years, and I think I just about had it. So I'm actually willing to try something new. So I'm going to be trying Digimon. Yes, I know. I'm gonna be trying Digimon, but that's not to say I'm not gonna play the new Pokemon. I do like where they're going, but Pokemon does something. Nintendo, when it comes to Pokemon, they always do something where they just give you enough to keep you around. Now, let me explain something about Pokemon. So, Pokemon has been a franchise that's been pretty good to me over the years. I grew up with it. I've been playing since Yellow. I played Yellow, Crystal, even the GameCube ones like the new Coliseum, the old Coliseum for Nintendo 64, Pokemon Gale of Darkness, Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Crystal, Gold, Silver, Black, White, Yellow. Oh wait, I was trying to make a joke, but that's actually a version. That was actually my first version. The original Fire and Red, then they put the new version, the green or whatever. There was even a blue one. Anyway, so I've played other games. X, Y, Z. Well, Z is not out yet, but what I'm trying to say is I play all the games, the Pokemon games, even the ones that are not mainline game. And I've noticed this pattern. I would say around the 3DS it's when this kind of started to become a pattern. So they do this. They usually have this pattern where they launch. They'll launch like a good game, then a remaster comes along, then a good game. That was their old pattern. Well, now they're being a little bit more ambitious. I mean, depends who you're talking to. They for a time they tried to be more ambitious, but then the direction that they took was kind of like, eh. Like X and Y, it was freaking great. It was great. I fucking love that game. Like they went ambitious. I'm like, okay, so we're back like Gale of Darkness type of like, Game Freak being ambitious. And I was like, okay, I fuck with this. I fuck with this. Then they gave us Sun and Moon. Now, don't get me wrong. Sun and Moon is one of those games. I know what they're trying to do, like aliens, UFO inspired by Clefairy, because Clefairy is an alien. Now, I know what they're doing. I see what they're trying to do, but there's a lot of leadership freaking steps, or whatever you want to call it. A couple things I did not like about Sun and Moon, and there was the no badges. I'm like, what's Pokemon without badges? And they also kind of recreate the mega forms to some freaking island thingy, which was like, bro, why? Just why? 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 Like, let's just keep the mega forms. What's the point on that? Now we move forward. You know, this is what happened. We move forward. We got to the Switch. There were some good. Well, we started the generation with Let's Go Pikachu, and I was like, "Oh my god, bro! Like, why the fuck did they game the? Why did they think it was a good idea to bring Pokemon Go mechanics into quote remake of yellow. It wasn't nothing like yellow. I'm okay with change, but in order for you to progress through the game and level up, you have to keep catching Pokemons over and over, even if you already had that one. And it was so freaking annoying because there was way less trainers to fight against, and everything was focused on the Pokemon Go on your mobile. Inside that's who up there thought this was a good fucking. This is not a good idea. Every mainline, like any like hardcore Pokemon fan, ask any of them if they'll like those mechanics. They're gonna tell you no. See, that's one thing I hate about Pokemon Go. It took. I don't mind untraditional because Pokemon Gale of Darkness had untraditional things, but the core of it, of how you train, how you progress through the game, it's kind of still there, you know? It's not where I gotta freaking keep catching the same Pokemon like 8 freaking times to actually be able to level up myself. Like, you know how fucking annoying that is, especially when you're trying to get like a party and you don't want extra Pokemon, then you get a bunch of Pokemon that are leveling up that you don't even have intentions of even using, and you're just cashing it because you're trying to complete the Pokedex. Now, I let that go. I'm like, okay, it's just a mistake. Now, they gave us, what was that other one? Sword and Shield. Now, Sword and Shield was like, I liked it. Like, by the way, Sun and Moon, I have a love and hate type of relationship. Not going back to Sword and Shield. I like Sword and Shield. I feel like they're trying to recreate like X and Y, but it didn't swing that well. It was like weird. I mean, it was okay. It was okay, but it wasn't really great, I would say. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't feel well. It was like it was trying to be an open world, sort of limited, I guess. Now, the expansion. Sword and Shield expansion, I fucking love it. The Sword and Shield expansion, I had nothing to say. I love that DLC. Like, that DLC was so freaking good. I was like, wow. Yeah, that was a good expansion. Now, let's talk about the biggest abomination. The reason I'm actually willing to actually try Digimon. And that's Scarlet and Violet. Wait. Actually, wait. Let's take a step back. We Oh my god, I almost forgot about this. Okay, so let's talk about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Do I have to really explain this? What went wrong? First of all, this game wasn't even remade by Game Freak. They used some other company that I don't even know the name. Anyway, they did a horrible job at this game. I don't know why they went to Chibi. They were trying to like get nostalgia. I mean, the game itself is not bad, but I mean, if you're gonna change the game, at least make it better. Don't fucking no. This was such a disrespect to the fans. This was a spit to the face to me. I'm like, the whole point that I was so like excited was that Pokemon was gonna start making 3D games, like three-dimensional graphic games, and then I got this. Like, really, really. I'm not gonna talk about Ruby and Sapphire on the 3DS. That was a masterpiece. Like, there nothing went wrong there. They If not, I think that direction right there, that same energy that you had in Ruby and Sapphire remaster on 3DS, bring that shit back to 3DS. Do that. Take that and bring. That's the energy I'm looking for. I'm not looking for this what shining diamond and brilliant. What the fuck was that? I don't even know what that was. I don't know who the fuck thought that was a good idea. Anyway, going back to the next game. Oh yeah, before we talk about that, we got to talk about the masterpiece. One of my the greatest. Ooh, this game they went out with. And it was Legend Arceus. Now, I quite enjoy Legend Arceus. Only thing I did not like was, again, you have to collect the same fucking Pokemon again to be able to progress because there's not as many trainers. Now, I appreciate that it added to the lore of Diamond and Pearl. I appreciate that. It added so much lore and it made the game so much more enjoyable. However, I don't want to catch the same Pokemon to be able to level up. I don't like this shit. And oh god, it was like Breath to the Wild mixed Pokemon. Breath to the Wild mixed Pokemon slash a tiny hint of a soul style fight of bosses. Now, this was a great idea, but the catching Pokemon are over. Now let's talk about the Voldemort of the Pokemon community. This is the whole reason why I'm actually willing to try Digimon. I don't even want to say the name. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So, so what were they thinking? Okay, so people don't like the Pokemon Let's Go thing. So let's add that and combine it with Legend Arceus like gameplay. To make them eat it. Maybe they won't notice it. Let's just throw it in there. They're not gonna notice. Yeah, that game ran so freaking bad. It ran so bad on the Switch One. I literally had to play it to an emulator. And hey, if there's Nintendo fanboys, hey, don't be mad. I bought the game. I have the right to pirate it. Okay, I legally purchased it. It's just the game wasn't running well, so I had to play on PC. It was that bad. But the story was like, I mean, there was more character development and the opponent was slightly harder, like, your rival. But I did not like the game. I like what they did with Primate, but I think the game was so trash. It was so trash. It was like them taking all the mistakes that they did and putting their Legend Arceus in it and just combine a big pile of shit and say, "Here, are you gonna like it now?" That this is when I was like, yeah, I don't know. I always hear people saying, "Oh, I grew out of Pokemon." See, I'm the type of person I'm never going out of Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I breathe Pokemon. I snore that shit like a fucking Colombian. You know what? I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, this is when I was like, you know what? I don't even think I'm going to buy Pokemon game again. However, they're listening to the fans again, and they're going to be releasing Pokemon ZA. Now, I am going to get it, but I don't have high expectations when it comes to this game. Because as you've seen from what I've discussed, ga- Nintendo and Game Freak have a certain pattern. I don't want to blame Game Freak because I know Game Freak wants to do a lot of things and Nintendo is pretty much holding them back in a lot of cases. So I want to put this blame on Nintendo because I know it's Nintendo's fault. So going back to the conversation, um, Nintendo they do this thing where they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They know how to let Game Freak go off and make a good game. They make a good Pokemon game, and then they do a bad game. Then they go to okay game, remaster, then a bad game. Well, now that's changed to making a good game, making a bad game, making a bad remaster, and then a mid game. Now the patterns changed a little bit, but going back to this, I'm tired of Scarlet and Violet. It was horrible. Now we're getting hopefully it's good. They're taking like Lumio City with like some Pokemon Black and White storytelling and just putting those two together, and we got ZA. Now I don't have doubt. I mean, I have low expectations. According to my pattern recognition, ZA should be a good Pokemon game. However, I'm still have low expectations because due to the fact that they tend to release a good game, then when they're losing their fans, release bad game, then when they're losing their fans, they drop a good game, and that's because they want to keep you in the Nintendo loop. They're known to do this, so I'm going to actually be playing both Digimon and Pokemon, But since I know how buggy Pokemon games are, I'm gonna beat Digimon first, wait like a little bit of a week extra to then play the Pokemon game. I want to beat the Digimon game first before I actually go to Pokemon, so I'm probably gonna be streaming. So yeah, that's my looser take right here. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time. And by the way, you have to try Digimon. It's actually pretty good. Oh, wait. Let's not end up the video yet. I was going to talk about Digimon. I have no idea what Digimon is. I've played like 2 other games in DSi. I do know that their story is like, I'll say like Pokemon Black and White storytelling plus 10. They tend to have really deep story, but I haven't explored enough to actually get into that game. And they're releasing ports on PC, so hey, I'm willing to try it. Something Nintendo doesn't want to do. Hey, their Digimon actually ports their games to PCs, and it fully runs on PC pretty well. So I'm actually willing to try this franchise. Now, I know Nintendo has been disappointing us over the years, and I remember when Palworld came out, I'm like, this is exactly what I want out of a Pokemon game. Like, this is so hard to ask for this. I mean, the game kind of runs shitty, but it delivers when it's content. So yeah, now I being researched Digimon. I popped into Kylo's Neko stream last night. I asked him a bunch of questions, and I'm actually willing to play Digimon. So I will be playing this game, and I'm probably gonna end up comparing both of them. So yeah, I'm gonna be comparing and see which one is the overall better game. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Anyways, now we can say goodbye again. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, as always, stay spooky, stay weird.
Dim, dam, dadilam, vacarme s'en va dans l'oubli éternel. Et Gustave, dom guardiam, dilim, dididididam, lutes sera dodidom, seram. Dim, dim, da da da, dim, dim, da da da, dim, da di dam. Dim dim da 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 dim dim da 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 dim